Hey everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Sim. Something a little bit different, a little bit exciting. We have been promoted within the virtual airline, and we are now flying for the mainline scheduled service, FlyUK. Now, the company has just taken delivery of Airbus A320neos, mainly due to the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, where the A320neo is the only Airbus A320 in it. So until the end of the month, this being recorded in September, end of September, they're doing delivery flights from here. We are in Hamburg, Germany, and we're going to be delivering the aircraft to various cities around England, to our bases. This flight in particular is going from here in Hamburg over to Manchester, England. So we have no passengers. We have just a few company representatives and stuff on board, and we're going to be flying from here in Manchester over to, or here in Hamburg over to Manchester. So this is going to be, I've done one flight in the aircraft, just learning the systems and stuff. I'm still nowhere near as good as I should be, and I'm rusty. So we're going to be doing a few of these delivery flights to different airports around England and over the next few days, and it will be a chance to shake out our skills with the airplane before we start flying passengers on the mainline service. Now, one other thing I've done is I've spent a little bit of time in tweaking again, and I've did some extensive graphics playing, and I've decided that with just a minimum amount of adjustment, I can kick it back up to 4K again. I do take a hit when I'm over cities with a lot of clouds. My frame rate gets down around 32 to 35. Not ideal, but because the videos are rendering out in 30 frames anyway, I think it'll be okay. It looks better for me. I don't know if it looks better for you. We'll see, but it is doable for the most part. And when the airliners were up high for a lot of the time anyway, so should not be too bad. The only time it really suffered, I think I was flying in a thunderstorm low near the ground, and my frame rate was dropped pretty good. But hopefully with some changes with DirectX 12 being implemented in the next month or two, with continual performance upgrades to the sim, hopefully things get a bit better and it's not as big a hit. But it's nice to see the airplane back in 4K. I'm recording this on the 24th of September, so if you see videos come out after this that are a little bit less, I have recorded some. My whole Wales trip is already pre-recorded, the whole Wales tour, and some other stuff. So it may not look as good, but the graphics are going back up, and it's a learning experience for everyone. So let's jump inside the aircraft here. Ooh, let's click there. We'll jump inside the airplane. We got to get her set up. If you hear a little fan going, if that gets picked up by the mic, it's hot in here, and I just need a little bit of a breeze. So if you haven't seen the aircraft before, this is the cockpit of the A320. Circuit breakers back there. Circuit breakers above us there. This panel has the fire system, flight controls, oxygen. This is hydraulics, electrics, the air conditioning, lights, and other switches like that, and some other bits and bobs over there. This is the autopilot, basically all our displays, and down here you have the computers for entering the flight data, radios, both voice and navigation, some other floodlights, our weather radar, transponder, and then down here you got things like the parking brake, the flaps, and the speed brake. It's a side stick aircraft, and there's the pilot and the co-pilot over there. So let's get this thing fired up. We're going to turn the batteries on and then go to external power. You can hear the air conditioning inside to start to blow away there. I am running the A320neo Neo NX mod, so I do have a lot more functionality than the base. base game, but it is pretty good. It adds a whole bunch of things in like they should be. So we now got to wait for all this to warm up, test up. So these are all coming alive, and we've got to align our IRSs now. So we'll turn those on, and they take a little bit of time. You can see 7 minutes for them to align. Now what we can do right now, and we are going to do, is come over here, and we're going to program. The MCDU. So this is the A320. These are the engines we're using. This is our active nav database. I don't think there's any way to change that yet, but it's out of date. They may update it shortly, so we're all good. So we're going to go here to init, which is the initialization. Now they still haven't fixed the VNav stuff, so we're not going to be relying on this for a lot of the flight navigation. I've got pilot to ATC going, and it is going to provide direction. I'll manually use heading inputs and stuff to steer until they get this figured out, which is hopefully soon. So we're going to start by putting where we are and where we're going to. So we are currently at EDHI, which is Hamburg, and we're going to EGCC, which is Manchester. So we plug that in there. There's no issues, so we're all set. Our flight number today is 9,000, which is fine. Our cost index for today's flight, let me just look at my flight plan. Oops. I don't want that to do that. Cost index today, go to SimBrief and see if I can find it. Actually, I won't go to SimBrief, I'll go over to here. And it should be on this page here. It's 25. So cost index of 25. That's kind of an efficiency burn rate for the aircraft on this route. And we are going to be flying at flight level 380, so 38,000 feet for today's flight. So that's not bad. So that's entered in. So we'll go now to our flight plan page. So you can say we're going from EDHI to EGCC. We're actually going to be scheduled to leave at 11:40 UTC or Zulu. But we are going to go here, and we're going to enter in our departure. So we're departing on runway 05 today. Winds are out of the east, and we are taking the WSNE 4E departure. So we're going to go down the list. WSN 4E departure, which is that one there. And are we transitioning anywhere? I don't think so. No, we should be good. So we'll insert that into the flight plan. Adds in the points here that we need for our climb out that we would follow. Now we're going to put our arrival in. So here's EGCC. We're going to be arriving there on the ILS. Let me just go over here, scroll down. Runway 05 right is the one we're going to want. So runway 05 right, the ILS. This will pre-program a lot of our information in, so that like the nav for the ILS is already pre-done. There's no star. That's fine. We'll insert that in there. We don't need the aircraft to fly the star. We're going to be doing that manually. But what it does do is if we go to our approach, it already has the information there on what runway, and it'll have the frequency in. If we look at radio nav, it should already have it. So we're going to go over to our Navigraph charts, and we can we're going to just clear up something there. So if we go over and look at our chart for the ILS for runway 05, 111.55, and you can see here 111.55. So that's all set. So that is good. We will pin that in. We can put it in for later. While I'm here, sorry, I'm just over in Navigraph. Just I'm gonna pull up. I'm just gonna need a taxi chart. I'll just throw that in, and then I'm gonna go back over to here. I'm gonna pin up the approach plate. Finally, I'm going to go pull up the airport diagram for Manchester, and then the parking, because we do have assigned gates here. Okay. So we're pretty much set there, and pretty much good go. So IRSers are still going to be aligned in a couple minutes. So we're pretty good. If we go here to our flight plan, and we're waiting for that. So not much more we can do there. We can go through and set up the rest of the airplane though. So these are aligning. We don't need that. We don't need to worry about anything here. Wipers for some reason don't work. We'll turn the nav lights on so they know we're inside the aircraft. Fire is good. We can test. Ooh. So that's our APU fire test. Engine 1. Engine 2. There we go. It's real good. We'll turn on all the fuel tank fuel pumps. Get that up and running. And what we're going to do, we're on external power right now, so we're plugged into a ground power unit. We're going to turn on the air for the cockpit and the cabin. Like I mentioned, we have some of the staff from the airline back there. Come through here, lights are all off, throw the seatbelt sign on, we'll put the no smoking sign to auto. The emergency lights are armed. Dome lights off because it's the middle of the day. That's pretty much all we have to do here. So the weather radar is off because we're sitting here at the gate. The engines are off, and we have our transponder not yet set because we don't have a transponder code. Okay, so we got 1 minute to go. We're going to pull up our ATIS. It's 13395, and we'll hear what they have to say. So 13395. See if they're going to be saying anything. Oh, sorry, 13595. Anything? Actually, I think I've got their voices turned off. So let me do it over here. 13595. That's okay. I heard they were going earlier, but let's just get our clearance. Skyways 9000 ready to copy. Skyways 9000 ready to copy. Okay, not sure why I'm not getting any voices, any sound. I haven't touched anything. Alright, let me try something, I'll be right back.
Think Rudder information.
Okay.
2350 Zulu, winds are light and...
Sorry, I just had to reload my pilot to ATC to get the audio up and running. So, very low pressure, 2947, so they must have a storm coming in. You can see that our maps are now up, everything's aligned. So if I go into plan mode and zoom out, you'll roughly be able to see where we're headed. We leave from here down. It takes us straight across because some of the intermediate steps aren't planned in. And if we click through, takes us across. And we come in. We're actually going to come in over here and then down and then into the runway. So it's not reflected on here. But that's it. We're basically going to fly over the North Sea to England and then come in and land there, which is great. So we're good to go. Let's get our clearance. Skyways 9000 ready to copy.
Skyways 9000 is cleared to Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. Climb via the WSN-4E departure, with the WSN transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 05. Climb to flight level 090 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 5 minutes after departure. Squawk 4021.
Skyways 9000 is cleared to Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. Climb via the WSN-4E departure, with the WSN transition, then as filed. Climb to flight level 090 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 5 minutes after departure. Squawk 4021.
Skyways 9000 read back correct. Altimeter 2947, let us know when you are ready for pushback.
Altimeter 2947, Skyways 9000.
Ground today, Golf Tango Hotel in Alpha, with information, here QNH1022. Very station, Golf Tango Hotel in Alpha. Coordinate right at Houston, over 26, Charlie Mike, would you stand 10, copy information to you here. ATR 76, QNH1021, request clearance to Manchester.
So, operations. Okay, we'll stick on operations. It didn't tell us to change frequency.
Whiskey 10, climb flight level 90. Squawk 4705.
So we're just going to turn the lights up. Actually, we don't need that one. It just brightens this up a little bit. Alrighty. So I think we're pretty well set to go. We go into our flight plan, performance. So if you look here, oh yeah, one thing we got to do. We got to do flaps. So this is going to be a flaps 1 takeoff. Should be good. Our transition altitude will be 10,000 feet for Germany. Sure, 10,000 feet. I think we are pretty much ready to go. So let's throw the beacon on, let the guys downstairs know that we're about ready here.
26 Charlie Mike, ground taxi Alpha, hold short 17 and contact tower 119 decimal 3. Taxi Alpha, hold short runway 17 and contact the tower 119 decimal 3. So Charlie Mike.
Skyways 90000 ready for pushback.
Skyways 90000 pushback approved.
Okay.
Pushback approved Skyways 90000.
So we're not going to push back too far. Obviously, we got aircraft and stuff behind us. We are going to go back a little bit. And the route we want to go is actually out that way.
Yeah, Shamagate, Mike Yankee, that's understood. I'll have push for you in 90 seconds.
So he's moving into place. There we go. So now we're moving backwards. Our nice big, oops, brand new aircraft.
21 uniform ground house in the taxi. Ready back to now, Ryanair 21 uniform. Proceed runway 35 taxiway Foxtrot. No chart 17 Ryanair 21 uniform.
Are the brake? No. Why are they not? Oh yeah. They won't come off when you're inside. I forgot about that. So we're gonna go back a little bit. Like I said, that should be good enough. So we'll bring it to a stop. Apply the parking brake. Hopefully it gets out of the way. And we can taxi, because I got trucks parked everywhere here. It's a mess. Alright, so we're going to get ready to go. So, crank. Starter's over for the engines. You can see our engine... Actually, we can't do anything yet. Something I forgot to do. I'm going to turn on the APU. So
we're happy with that. So push and start is approved. Says north 17.
Let's go over to the APU. We're waiting for the APU door to open up. The APU, if you don't know, is on the back of the airplane. It's a small jet engine. And it, when it's running, it provides power and some hydraulics, but mostly power to the aircraft to allow for things like engine start, or to running the electronics and air conditioning. And then they do bleed air off it to spin up the engines and get the engines good to go. So we're waiting for flap open. There we are. And we'll tell it to start. It's going to take a minute because it does have to start. We'll go outside and listen to it. There's the exhaust there. You can hear it spooling up.
Yankee, our Oceanic is being rejected because we've had an aircraft switch. I think Echo Juliet is still in the system. Can we get the HF frequencies to contact Shannon? No, I'm afraid you have to have the Oceanic clearance before departure. We were actually just discussing that whether they actually reformed a new plan for you. Well, we have new flight plans with the current reg of DVI on it, so I don't know if it's just slow getting into the system.
So the engine's spinning. We're waiting for that to come up to 100%. So this is a very easy airplane throttle-wise to fly. There's only a couple settings. There's maximum setting there. next one down here is what we use for takeoff. It's called the flex setting. And then there's the climb setting. And then once you take off and move it back into the climb setting, you leave it there for the entire flight. The aircraft will manage everything internal, which is pretty cool. Should have started this up earlier. That's my fault. So now we gotta wait. It's almost there though. We're at 85%. And when it gets up, this will come on. It'll say it's available, which means that it's up to speed and providing enough power and everything for us to use. So there we go, 99, 100%. So it's up and running. It says this is now available. So we'll turn on the APU bleeds. And you hear the air come on again. So that's good to go. So come down here to the engine. No, we want that. So on this airplane, it is the number 1 engine that starts first. God, those guys are loud. So we're gonna start the number 1 engine.
The wind is 08030 knots. Roger, thank you.
So go take a look at it. Normally we'd be sitting inside watching it inside as it started up.
Hello, Alpha Uniform, Gate 34 on 2367. Hello, 2367 for the marshal airport time. Bye-bye.
I'm just going to turn the volume down slightly on those guys. They're a little loud. Alright, so we'll go back in. Oop. Sorry. Go back inside. Oh, there's the hydraulics kicking in. So the engine's good. It's nice and stable. So we'll come down here and we will start number 2. And we'll go take a look at that one. Should hear it nicely here. There's the fuel being added. She's lit off. Slowly coming up to speed. And we can see it here. Fuel is flowing, everything is good. So that's it. Now, one thing I didn't do is I did not get my squawk, my 4021 on the box here, 4021, and we will set that to TARA, which means we are broadcasting and receiving information. And let's get ready to taxi. So, nose lights will go to taxi. Nav lights on, wing lights will stay off. We don't need our strobes. Landing lights are off. We'll let them know in the back that we're about ready to go. Everything else here can stay. We are going to go to max brake in case we need it for. We'll come off on that. Now that the engines are running, we will shut off that and turn off the bleed. Alright, so the weather can come on. that on. Parking brake is on, and auto brakes are set to max in case we need to decelerate on the takeoff. All right. Skyways 9000 ready to taxi.
Skyways 9000 taxi to runway 05 via taxiways Charlie, Delta, hold short runway 05.
Taxi to runway 05 via taxiways Charlie, Delta, hold short runway 05 Skyways 9000.
Okay, so we're gonna just taxi straight ahead, and I hope these vehicles do not get in the way. All right, its parking brake is off. Let's just I'll turn that on just so I can look around. Try to avoid looking at them as we roll through them. Now, can't we turn the brightness up here at all? Those are pretty dark. The last flight I did was at night, so it wasn't an issue, but well, we'll see. Alright, so runway 05 is down here. We are going to have to backtrack a little bit down to get down to it. Is there have to check into that one. So there's the runway. Funny enough, there's no hold short markings here, so we're just going to pull up here and we'll configure for takeoff.
Skyways 9000 contact tower on 123.25. Have a great flight.
Tower on 123.25 Skyways 9000.
Okay, that's set. Speed brake lever is set. Flaps 1. Tower, Skyways 9000, ready for takeoff.
Skyways 9000 backtrack runway 05 winds are 087 at 5 knots cleared for takeoff, runway 05.
Backtrack to runway 05 then cleared for takeoff, 05 Skyways 9000.
Alright. We're gonna head down to the end here and then do the loop, turn around. You can really see here the undulations in the runway, which is pretty cool, like it would be in real life. That's pretty neat. Gonna come over here onto this and I'm gonna need to see that. Alright, so we're going down to the end. A little bit of weather out here. You can see clouds and a little bit of orange. I think that's rain. Which is what I was saying with the low pressure. For a new airplane, the windows are kind of dirty. Alright, well, we're almost here. So we're going to pull in, follow the yellow line for the turnaround. No one seen on the inbound. Lined up. I think we're good to go. So let's do this. Throttles are set. So airspeed alive, 60 knots. Or 100. V1. Rotate. Alright, climbing out. Positive rate. Gear up. Leaving Hamburg. It's 1,000 feet.
Skyways 90000, contact Hamburg Radar Director on 118.2. Enjoy your afternoon.
Radar Director on 118.2 Skyways 90000.
There we go. Alright, so we're going to turn to
Radar Director Skyways 90000, climbing to flight level 090.
Skyways
329.
90000, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Okay, so no, that goes up to 250. This goes to 329.
Skyways 90000, slow to 210 knots or less.
Wilco Skyways 90000.
Okay, 210 knots. Should not be climbing at that rate.
Skyways
There we go.
90000, climb and maintain flight level 180.
Climb and maintain flight level 180 Skyways 90000.
So you want 249. See the weather in front of us there. So we're coming around to follow that track outwards. Still learning the autopilot and how quickly it moves and changes things. So flaps are fully up. Speed brake lever is fine. That is fine. So we're good climbing at 2,000 feet, heading to 18,000. And we're going to cut a little bit in so that we get back on course, and then we'll turn back again to bring us to where we want to go. Yeah, you can definitely see the weather there. We got weather off to our right. Good thing is there's no weather at 38,000 feet. Ah, it looks very nice.
Skyways 9000, climb and maintain flight level 180.
Climb and maintain flight level 180 Skyways 9000.
Forgot to tell it to do the climb. There we go. All part of learning. Now, one of the issues with this, with the VNAV not being put in place, is that we're going to have to manually descend. So I will be doing a slight push. So I'm going to come over to 45. I'm going to be doing a manual descent, and the kind of rule of thumb with this airplane is at 250 knots, it will take 80 miles to descend 30,000 feet. Well, that's us through 10,000, so landing lights can come off. Nose light can come off. Strobes are on auto, that's fine. Wing lights are off. Nav lights can stay on. Beacons on. And that's all good. So I can move around in the back and do their thing. So that's 10,000 feet. We're climbing for 38,000. I'll meet up with you again when we get up a little bit higher and we are in the cruise. Well, we've just crossed the coast of England and we've started our descent. What we're going to do is do a little bit of, let me just set this up so I can see. So we were in the cruise phase. We're starting our descent. We're going to set up our information here for our landing. So the barometer at our destination is that. Current temperature, I don't have, it's 9. Winds are light and variable, so I will say, well, let me do this. 0 at 0. Transition altitude will be 10,000 feet unless we're told otherwise. Decision altitude for the runway is 386 feet. So we'll put 386 in the decision height. Full flaps. So we're all set in here. Let's go back to the descent phase. Alright, so we're now going to turn 297. So basically we are going to be approaching from the north. We're going to turn up north over Manchester, then turn south, and then pick up the approach inwards. Now, I had taken you out. So just fixing my route planning over on the other screen. So we're currently, where are we currently? We are currently northeast of Lincoln, which is Lincoln's over that way. Probably about 20 miles. So we're not too bad. We got a lot of weather out. So right now I am planning
Skyways 90000, you are off course. Turn left heading 271 to return to course.
Heading 271 Skyways 90000.
I got a bit of a wind pushing us as well, so we'll go to 285. So you'll notice that the airplane is kind of rocking back and forth left to right. It is a known bug, something that they are apparently looking into. They should also look into the banking or the rate of it turning on these banks. It's a little excessive. You could be kind of freaking out if you were in the back of the airplane. Here you can see the route we're taking. We're going to come up this way and then around and then in. Might hit some weather on the way down, we'll see, but it's been a nice flight so far.
Skyways 90000, contact Manchester Center on 118.77 Ave. A good afternoon.
Center on 118.77 Skyways 90000. Center Skyways 90000 descending to flight level 160.
Skyways 90000, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Seems like we got a bunch of French controllers working here. So our capture altitude when we get...
Skyways 9000, resume navigation.
Resume navigation Skyways 9000.
So our capture altitude when we get down there is 3,000 feet. So that will be the lowest we're going to go. I've got it set for 10,000 at the moment. So just off our right wing is Scunthorpe. And we're coming up on Gloucester, which is probably going to be over this way, about 20 miles away. Going through the clouds here will be a nice little test of how we do with frame rates and stuff. Not that I have a counter up, but we will see. But the descent is going well. So I will catch up to you when we are further down the path and on the approach and the arrival into Manchester. Okay, well, we're on the approach now. We're going to start our descent to 3,000 feet.
Skyways 9000 descend via the MCT1 transition to flight level 160.
Descend to flight level 160 via the MCT1 transition. Skyways 9000.
Well, we're already below that because we're not that far out. We're going to activate the approach phase. So everything is entered in here that we need. So we're going to carry on down this way. For a bit. We've got 30 miles to go, so we're gonna I don't know why we're going down so quickly. Change that to 1,000 feet. We're below 10,000, so the landing lights will come on. Strobe lights are on auto, everything else is good. We'll get them seated in the back. Come on. There we go. And we're descending down. So again, we're going down to 3,000 feet, which is our capture altitude. The ILS is programmed in, so it should not be an issue pulling that up when we get closer. We'll switch over to ILS mode when we get in there. So we'll keep 250 until we get down to 5,000, and then we'll start slowing her back. Our first speed drop will be down to 210. So we can go to our first stage of flaps, 1 plus F. Everything else is good. Seatbelt's already turned on. Landing lights are on, which is what we want. And there might be a little bit of bump coming in through the clouds. We'll see. It's a bit of a hard turn as we go through here. So we've got 3,300 feet to go. We're just, I guess, 20-something miles north of Warrington, northeast of Warrington, and about 35 or about 20 miles southwest of Manchester City itself at the moment. Clouds. Jump outside, see what we can see. looking pretty good.
Skyways 9000 slow to 210 knots or less.
Wilco Skyways 9000.
Alright, well there's our first speed decrease, 210 knots.
Skyways 9000 altimeter 2950 at Manchester contact tower on 118.62. Enjoy.
Altimeter 2950 tower on 118.62 Skyways 9000.
Alright, so there's 220.
Tower Skyways 9000 inbound for ILS approach runway 05 right.
Skyways 9000 good afternoon. Radar contact. Continue ILS to runway 05 right call when established on final.
Alright, well we've
Continue
got a
ILS to
German
runway 05
controller now.
right will call when established on final Skyways 9000.
Well, it looks like we're going to be making our left turn over Norwich to bring us in. We're at 4,100 feet, so 1,100 feet to go. I'm going to bring us down to 190 and put in the next notch. So there's 200 speed check. So we're almost to the turn point. So to get ready, we're going to go with low level on the auto brakes. We're going to arm our speed brake, and everything else is good. So we'll do a we're going to turn to 165 degrees. Actually, we're going to crank it all the way around. About 100 degrees. Just let her come around, and when we get facing the right way, we'll throw on the approach mode. There's 3,000 feet. We're below the clouds now. We're brushing through the bottom of it. There's Hartford and Norwich at the window there. As we pass through, kick on the approach mode. Oh, she's grabbed the localizer. I'm gonna go into landing systems. You can see the bar coming over. There's the glide slope. We're now on the glide slope. And we're on the approach.
2,500.
Everything is set. I'll let the cabin crew know.
Camera crew, please take your seat for landing.
And there's the airport dead ahead. A little bit of a wind, kind of pushing us from the back, but according to the weather forecast, at ground level, there's not really any wind. Start slowing her up. If we look at our landing speed, it is 145. So we're going to go down to 147. Another level of flap. Drop the gear. I don't say we got a rainbow. So we're on course, we're on slope. Speed's good.
Skywise 9000 ins Ares Ris Ritu at 8 knots cleared to land runway 05 right.
Clear to land runway 05 right, Skyways 9000.
500 feet, we're landing.
400. 300.
Autopilot's off.
200. 100. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Ooh, a little bit of a float.
Skywise 9000 exit runway when able.
Reversers are on. 80 knots. 60 knots. Reversers are off. Take this exit. Well, welcome to Manchester. This is actually supposed to be a bridge below us that goes past, but let's throw the track IR on so I can look around again. I'm going to come temporarily to a stop, clean up the airplane so flaps will go all the way up. Speed brake is off, landing lights will come off, taxi light will go on. We are going to start the APU because we're going to need power when we get to the gate. And we are going to be going to gate for between 4 and 11. So let's see if they'll give it to us. Skyways 9000 request taxi to gate 4.
Skywise 9000 contact Manchester ground on 121.854 taxi clearance.
Ground on 121.85 for taxi clearance. Skyways 9000.
Skyways 9000 request taxi to gate 4.
Skyways 9000 taxi to gate 4 via taxiways Victor, Bravo, Charlie, Juliet, Lima, hold short runway 23 left.
Taxi to gate 4 via taxiways Victor, Bravo, Charlie, Juliet, Lima, Hold short runway 23 left Skyways 9000.
Alright, well, I was just looking at the ground map here. We're going to taxi in. Normally we'd know roughly where we were going, so when we landed we could call them and tell them where we were taxiing to. At least the co-pilot would do that, but because I had to look it up myself, I had to do it. So this is Victor. They want us to go Victor Bravo Charlie. Interesting. Whoop. That's what I get for looking at the map. Pay attention. Looks like we might be getting a little bit of rain on the windshield. Yeah, this is Bravo. And of course, they didn't say whether we could cross this taxiway or not, but we are going to. This here is Bravo. So I'm gonna, well, that is interesting. Oh, there's supposed to be a house sitting there. So I'm just gonna stop for a second because I want to look up where 4 is. Okay, it's not too far. It's right over here. So we're going to come down to here. It's actually down this line here. So we're going to come down here. So this pier is kind of like the FlyUK pier for Manchester Airport. And we're going to go this way. This way, and it's the second last gate. That's one. We'll call it this one here. Stutter there. Of course, there's no jetways, so we'll have to bring in the manual equipment. That's fine. And here we are. Welcome to Manchester. So, parking brake on. Get the APU up and running. Goes. We can turn off the weather radar. So you go off You can go to there. Not sure if that makes a difference. Anyway, weather can go off. This will go to standby. Should have shut that over to there. Back when we left. Still waiting for that APU. Forgot to check that. Oh, United flight. Let's go take a look outside while we wait for that. See who else is around here. A couple generics and the United Airlines. Yeah, looks like overcast, a little bit of rain. We're almost there. Decent flight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, this is only my second flight in this aircraft. And available. Turn on the APU bleeds. The throttles are at idle. And we can shut down the mains. Well guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you did enjoy. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave comments. I do requests for flying around. So if you have somewhere you want to see, let me know. I'll do a video showcasing the area that you'd like to see. The other thing is live streaming. I'm thinking about doing live streams. If you're interested in seeing live streams, let me know and we will give it a shot. I'm up for anything. Once again, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.